Welcome back once again to Jimbo's Barbecue Hacienda. Simple, crowd-pleasing recipes for your grill. I am Jim Haas. Thank you so much for joining once again. Today's recipe, grilled frog legs. Oh yes, we are doing this. Let's get it. All right, I'm loving this already. Grilled frog legs. Here we go. What are we going to need? Well, we're going to need some frog legs. If you've got them at your local grocery, they're probably going to be frozen, so let them thaw out. Wet marinade works really nice for this, so what we're going to do, equal parts teriyaki, balsamic vinegar, and soy sauce. And just enough to kind of give everything a nice coating. Just kind of make it all nice and wet in there. I'm running a little low on my soy, but I think we're going to make this work just fine. Now I like a little bit of zing, so I am going to add a dash of Frank's Red Hot. You can add whatever hot sauce you like, or none at all. Between this marinade, teriyaki soy, balsamic, you'll be fine with that. And then the other thing I like to add is a little bit of seasoning. Whatever your go-to seasoning or rub is, I've been using this on just about everything. Kinder's Blend, it's just real basic salt, pepper, garlic. You don't want to use any crazy spices on this. You want to stay pretty basic, so even just some salt and pepper would be fine. And then just kind of give it a dash. Not too much, don't want to overwhelm that. So we're going to let this sit. Kind of give it a little shake once in a while. We're going to let this sit for about an hour. If I had the time, I would let this sit for probably 3 to 4 hours, but you would never know it, but the forecast is calling for rain very soon. So I'm going to put this back in the fridge, let it sit for an hour. Before we bring it back out, we will preheat the grill. We will be cooking on high today. I do a whole thing about temperature gauges, analog temp gauges on a whole nother video on this channel instead of getting into it during the cooking demos. Man, we're cooking on high. If you want to know more about all that and how I feel about analog temp gauges, there's a whole video on that. We do want to preheat the grill though, very important to preheat. Also important to season your grill grates, especially for something like this. We're dealing with tiny bits of froggy, morsely, meaty goodness, and seasoning the grates is really going to help prevent the food from sticking. So I'm going to come back in a little bit, preheat this thing, let these soak in the marinade for an hour. See you in a bit. Okay, I've had the grill preheating. I've taken the frog legs out of the refrigerator to get them a little closer to room temperature. So we're going to put these things on here. This is where you don't want to walk away or get distracted. These are not huge pieces of meat. They're, you know, just good little morsels of froggy goodness. It's not going to take long to get these things to cook up. After about 2 or 3 minutes at most, you want to give them a little nudge with the tongs. Once they kind of come loose of the grate on their own, time to flip them over. We're going to repeat that process a few times, and I'll show you exactly how to do so. Let's get them on here. Yeah, buddy. Take them out of the marinade, set them on the grill. You want to put this marinade to the side. Don't throw it out. We're going to use this to brush on the legs after we give them the first couple of flips. And there you go. Set your timer for a couple of minutes. We're going to come back and check it. Yep, this guy has released himself. So it's about 3.5 minutes for that initial char on the first side. Oh, that one left a little bit on the grate. That's okay. Very little. We're still good. All right, and then just repeat the process. Next time around, we're going to start brushing on some extra marinade. All right, these have been on this side now for about an additional 3 minutes. And they are just about ready to flip again. So now we've got some nice grill marks on each side of our legs. They are basically done already, but what you want to do, just brush them with some marinade, flip them over one additional time. These last two flips, you're just leaving it for maybe a minute. Maybe this big guy on the end, a minute and a half. But they are basically done. And then we'll give it a temp check just in case. You want your legs to be at a minimum of 145 degrees Fahrenheit, internal temp. And I'm sure they're going to be much hotter than that. So we'll come back and check that in a minute. And the final flip. Oh yeah. Oh yes. I'm telling you now, these are going to be great. I know frog legs aren't for everyone. And normally if you've had them before, you've probably had them in a restaurant and they've probably been fried. I am not a big fan of fried. I know those words are sacrilege here in South Louisiana. I just think grilling anything brings out the flavor in just about anything. So 30 seconds to a minute longer, these will be done. Should be just about perfection now. I know these are done. We'll give it a temp check just for the safety of things. This is 165 for the little guy and 150 for the big guy. So we're definitely good. That's a minimum of that 145 we're looking for. We'll pull them off of here. Oh, look at that little bite. Oh, that is amazing. Let them cool off for a minute and enjoy ourselves. Man. Ha ha ha. And the moment of truth. I'm just going to grab this little morsel that fell off of the leg. Oh, Lord. I'm telling you, it is a tender little morsel of froggy goodness. And like I said, I know it's not for everyone. Try it. These turned out exceptional. Jimbo's Barbecue Hacienda. I'm Jim Haas. Thank you once again for hanging out and taking your time to watch this video. Subscribe to the channel. And these are all mine. Life is short. Eat well and enjoy yourselves. Cheers.